Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Laura Yah coming to you from Kingdom Come Ministries, the daughters of Zion that are crying out to the wilderness because we are approaching we are in the end times, actually, not approaching. I believe that these are the end times. I haven't made a video for a couple of days because I have been extremely busy getting deeper knowledge and understanding. And what I wanted to talk about today to the daughters of Zion is that I just want to explain, and I do have other videos prior to making this one, about what it is to come into this truth. And if you're new, what you know, what it's like taking this walk with Christ. But from a personal perspective, I do want to give you a deeper look inside of my world and our world, those of us that understand who we are, that know that we are the people of the book, the remnant, the chosen of the Most High, that went through the Red Sea and came out on the other side with the Most High, as our front guard and our rear guard, and He fed us the manna from heaven and had Moses strike the rock um, with his I'm sorry, Salakia, lost for words here, staff, and water came forth from the rock, and our sandals and clothes did not wear out. We are those people that the Bible speaks of. But I'm going to, Salaki, I'm sorry, you hear the Blue Bunny ice cream truck just pulled up. You can hear it in the background. That's funny because everyone's celebrating Easter weekend. Today is Friday. They call, Good Friday, and that's the purpose of why I made this video. It's funny the Blue Bunny pulled up, but what a trip. My point is, tomorrow is the holy Sabbath of the Most High. In Genesis, He made the world in 6 days, and He rested on the seventh day, and He hallowed it and blessed it and made it holy. And because we are His chosen beloved, He said, "Be holy because I am holy." And this is a day of rest for my people. So He made the Sabbath for us, not us for the Sabbath, but He made us. He made the Sabbath, for us, so that we could rest with Him and be in that holy rest of thanking Him for all of the things that He has done. While everyone else in the world, the Christians, the pagans, the believers in other doctrines, believe that, it is Easter, which is Sunday. They're going to church on Sunday, and, you know, Monday is Easter Monday. They're going to be having um, these different programs and things going on for their kids where they hide eggs. It's so cute. I grew up like that too, so I get it. It's just that, some family members are having some things going on this weekend, and some other stuff is going on in May, but it happens to all fall on the Sabbath day. And that's a point of my video here, is because you're going to learn that once you get into this truth and it really is indoctrinated in your spirit, and you begin to become a truth person that is understands who you are as a Hebrew, um, your own family is not going to understand always. Everybody doesn't have the same understanding that you will, and it's going to be difficult for it at least was for me at the beginning, trying to explain to some family members, distant relatives, whoever, friends, just people at my anywhere that I have a conversation about, the fact that of my ethnicity, because this is not a religion, and it's not about racism. This is a ethnicity that, we are Hebrew Israelites. That's a nation of people, and I am a nation, a part of the nation of the Hebrew Israelites. So sometimes I've had to go into a deep explanation to those that really are in the Word and know the Bible, because they challenge me. They want to know, well, you've been in church your whole life. What are you doing? What is this you're doing now? You're trying to be, excuse me, some make a point, or it's different reasons. People ask me, what do what are you Muslim? Are you? And so they don't have the understanding. And let me tell you why. The Word does say that not all will take hold to this truth. Everyone, and it's not time for some people to be woken up, and then some people he's going to simply turn over to a reprobate mind, and he's going to close the ears and blind the eyes of those that he chooses. So it's not for everybody, but so because see, in understanding the secrets of the Bible, if you look at Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9, these are the the secrets of the Bible are really given to Salakia for turning that way. I just saw something. But are the secrets of the Bible and the understanding, and who's able to break these precepts down and these verses and scripture down are the prophets. That's it. Because the Most High, he only came to give them to Israel. And that's in his word. As a matter of fact, the Bible was written by the Israelites. Okay? uh, for the Israelites, if you will. Um, we we are taught precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, and that's according to Isaiah 28:10. Now, we are also taught to be careful to do all of his commandments. So what I'm getting at is that um, as we learn, just stay in the truth. Listen to the prophets, because it's in Amos chapter 3:7. He reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. It is in the book. So they edify us through the teachings of how they break down the scriptures, and only they can do it. Because as I just read in Isaiah 28:10, they're the only ones that can break these precepts down, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, you know, and they help to edify us, daughters, and other nations, and the Gentiles that are trying to, have a better understanding of what we're supposed to be doing in this earth right now. And so Ezekiel 38:17 will tell you that the prophets of Israel, the Israelites, it's are whom the word was written for. So I didn't want to get too deep into this word, but I just had to explain all of that to say that, we have to keep ourselves. It's a study to show thyself approved, because that is the only way that we can withstand the whims of the devil, because we're going to have all kinds of things thrown at us. And I've had to explain to people that I can't come to your event tomorrow on the Sabbath, because it is the high holy day. And the Sabbath is a day that we keep it holy. We do not come out of our tents unless we're going to pray and sit with someone that is sick and dying in the hospital, or doing a good deed that has to be done, or if it's an emergency. I mean, but the Lord knows your heart, Israel. It's just that you have to have common sense. But going to parties and cookouts, and they're going to be drinking and playing the music of the world, and we have to come out of her. We're not supposed to be in her, especially on the Sabbath. That is a holy day, the holiest day of the week, the only day. He's just one day that He set aside for us to have our words be only the words of the Most High, our thoughts be thoughts of Him, just giving praises to Him all day long, and then resting, just chilling with the Most High. I mean, imagine how beautiful. He gave us a whole day, to just rest in Him. And so I just wanted to say that, because it is hard when I have to tell my family members, I'm sorry, I'll be there, but it has to be when the Sabbath is over. If it's still going on, I will show up. I might be late, but I will not do any abomination on the Sabbath day. I'm sorry, I cannot. I'm not going to risk my salvation because of the holy fear that I have for the Most High. And because he says, be careful to keep my laws and commandments and statutes, because if we don't, we're going to get the plagues and be killed and not have our place in the book of life that we are so working so hard for. So in other words, it doesn't make sense to be in the word all day long, working in this truth and getting all of the edification, and then the teachings on the website, which if you click below, you'll go and see what's there for you, daughters of Zion. And to do all that just to mess it up on the Sabbath and go out and go shopping and go partying and go to this picnic and go to that mall, spend money buying. And if you read the book of Ezra, he ripped his garment because people were this was a terrible time. I think they were having interracial marriages in Judah, and people were buying and selling at the gate and just coming on in and doing what they wanted to do. It was, it was a time where Ezra ripped his garment because he said, no, wait, you're not doing this on the Sabbath day. Because the Israelites understand that that is a day that's set apart for us, because it is a sign, listen to me, a sign to the other nations that we are the people of the book. That's basically the significance of it as well, or at least its major significance of it, is that people will notice and recognize, oh yeah, because it says that they will say, wow, I've heard the Lord is with you in the last days, and they're going to want to pull the sleeve of a Jew and say, let us go with you because we hear that the Lord is with you. People, I am so serious in telling you this, and that's why I wanted to pretty much get with you on a personal level and letting you know, yes, do we struggle sometimes, Israel? Absolutely. We're in the land of our captivity. This is a land of bondage. So even with all of I did a video concerning um, the holy offerings, or the sacred offerings for each sacrifice. That there's sacrifices, there are daily sacrifices, there's monthly sacrifices, there are sacrifices on the Sabbath day that are either by grain or fire or drink offering or some kind of sin offering. And go back and look at that video if you haven't already. But it's very important to understand that we have to be different. We are a peculiar people. And, the only way the world is going to recognize who the people of Judah are, and Benjamin and Levi and the other 12 tribes all of the 12 tribes of Israel, the only way they're going to recognize us is based on what we do on a weekly basis. We must keep the Sabbath and stay within our gates inside of our homes. We do all of the preparation on Friday, the day before, which is the 6th day. Okay, so I just wanted to make this video because it was hard for me. It's always difficult when I have to remind my family members, well, I would love to come and, fellowship with you or whatever, but I have to honor the Sabbath, and I'm not risking my salvation to do that. I don't go that far in telling them that, but if I had to, I would, because I am sold out for Christ. There is no turning back. I'm not going to risk my salvation to go and do the things in the way that this world is and then I'm teaching others to do the same, so I'm helping them, send them to hell. So I'll be going to hell for that. No, no way. Count me nada, no, however you can say it, out, none, no. It will never happen. Not in my lifetime, as long as I have breath on my body. So be strong. Prophets understand it, that are bringing this truth forth from the four corners of the earth. They're out there every Sabbath teaching this truth because they know they have the secrets. The Lord is with them. They understand the breaking down of these precepts and the scriptures in His Word through the King James 1611 edition Bibles. They have the truth, and that's why they're out there doing that, laboring for Christ, because they understand that they have the kingdom, and they're going to live eternally in a kingdom that is just going to be peace and joy. and happiness and glorified bodies and living in glorified bodies for eternity. So no, none of us are risking being our names being taken out of the book of life for a cookout. Understand me. And I'm not putting down cookouts. It's just that we don't celebrate birthdays. We don't celebrate Christmas. We don't do Easter. We don't do Good Friday. We don't do Christmas, New Year's on the day that the world does it. We don't go by the Julian or Gregorian calendar. We live according to the Enoch calendar. We observe the Sabbath on the seventh day, which is Saturday, according to how in the Paleo, those of us that speak the some of the Hebraic precepts, language, not in the Giddish Ashkenazi way. What else can I bring forth? You know, we are, our language was Paleo Hebrew, which is close to the Phoenician Hebrew letters from antiquity. It's a lot of research. I know it is. I'm sorry this video is so long, but I just want to help you understand that once you know who you are, you dig and you learn to get a better understanding of exactly who you are through the word and the scriptures and reference books and, you know, the Hebrew Strong's Concordance, you know, that is a like a dictionary that has the Greek, Latin, and Hebrew lexicon in it. Very helpful, extremely helpful. It gives you the number of the Hebraic letter so that you can understand, excuse me, what certain words actually mean that are written in English. The English have changed the meaning of words to suit their own motives. You know, so we have to go according what the Paleo Hebrew says. But you know, like I was saying, so we understand that there are 10 months in the year, and the list goes on and on. I don't want to go too far off the mark here, but what I'm saying is that we don't do a lot. None of the holidays like the Ashkenazis and the Greeks and the Romans and the Christians do, because we are not of this world. We are Hebrews. We do what the Most High. We go according to the laws of the commandments, the statutes, and the ordinances that He set forth for His people, because we were set apart. And we are a holy people for Him. And we were created to give Him praise. We were created for Him and to bring this truth forward. So in not only in encouraging you, but bringing forth this truth, you know, there are things that we have to bring out, that you have to understand. That I know some of you mothers might have children. You're used to celebrating birthdays or you know, Christmas and wrapping gifts and doing that sort of thing. We do have a New Year's, but it's in March. It's the beginning of the you know, spring equinox. It is not this, excuse me, spring solstice. It is not in January. Um, and then there are some other minor holidays that we also do that are not, we're not commanded to do, but like the Feast of Purim, and then there's Solomon's dedication of his temple and others. But there are 3 feasts that we must do, you know, and that would be the Peshat, Passover, which we just observed, the Feast of First Fruits, which is the Feast of Weeks, and we're in the Feast of Weeks now, and the Feast of Weeks, the Day of Atonement, okay, which is the day that we can convict our souls and in repentance of all of our sins. So, you know, wake up, Israel. I just want to say, you know, I give all praise and honor to the Most High, Yahweh, BAHASHEM, YAHWAHSHI, you know, brothers, Akim, that are bringing this truth forward with all sincerity from all 4 corners of the earth. Bless you. And you daughters of Zion, I see and hear you too. Bless you. Bless you. I love you. And so I hope you've been edified by this video. Thank you. And I'll see you on the next video. Shalom.